Yo, what's up, man? It's never enough
What
game.
that shit do, man? What that shit do?
What's poppin'?
Let's get it going, man. Let's get it going.
Head tilt back and you know where we at. Got the thing in my grass and we living life fast. And I put that on the dub. Motherfuckers can't hang. What you want, what you talk, what you rap for the game.
What's poppin'? Look, we gonna do this a little bit different today,
Let's
children.
do it a little different, a little smoother.
We gonna start with a business and personal positive, and we gonna start with Sergio. So,
Okay.
Ooh.
one thing positive that's going on with your business, and then one thing positive that's going on with your personal life. Go.
Man, okay, business, positive wise. I mean, man, I got all the chips together right now, dog. Like everything's going cool. And when it says business, it's kind of like, what business are you talking about? But altogether, I got everything mapped out pretty well. So, business side, good, right? One of the main things that are going good,
The money.
well, look, you know, I had a little bit of an epiphany last time, right? One of the things that I was noticing on the business side is you have to talk to your fucking employees, dog. You gotta really communicate with them, and you gotta really like fuck with them. And
You can't be in the castle?
nah, I mean you can't be in the castle, you know what I mean? But also,
what was to be in the castle? Like a king.
I learned-
you have to be
I
with
was-
your soldiers.
I started reading a book called Ready, Aim, Fire, and what the book told me is that communication breaks after 7 people, right? So basically, if you're in a meeting with some of your employees or whatever, and you're just sitting there, after 8th person is added, the communication breaks.
It's lost.
It starts to fuck up.
It's
So if you're an owner of the business or something like that, you need to make sure that every one of those 7 people are all in super good communication. Because then they're gonna have to hire the second person. So that's like one thing I've noticed. So me and this fool, we've been more on these fools like not in a fucked up way, in a dope way. Like we've been actually fucking with them, you know, taking them there, giving them bonuses and shit like that. That's one of the things. Personal life. See now, this is when it always gets a little weird for me because
how?
Don't make it weird.
it
Don't make
gets
it
weird
weirder.
because look, in
You
a
watch a lot of
business.
porn.
No. No, it gets weird because in a business way, business is so far from who I really am. You know what I'm saying?
Business is fucking
So
hard
what?
sometimes.
So what is your personal one?
So personal is like my kids, right? And my family, but really like I feel like when you say personal, it's like
Something positive that's changed that you're doing new that's positive to you.
I've been working out more lately.
Hell yeah.
I've been eating better. But just like a quick tap on what you just said, I feel like personal is more like, what do you like to do? You know what I'm saying? And are you doing more of it?
It could be something totally different.
It is something totally different. You know what I'm saying? It really is, because business is something that I do out of necessity. But what I like to do, I would say, maybe I'm not doing more of it. You know what I mean?
That is what?
Probably should.
Probably should.
Flocks. Start with a business positive and then
Business,
personal.
man. Business is always a little.
What is one thing positive going on with the business right now?
Business is getting more organized. The more organized and the more shit is simple, it's more easier to see where the fuck ups are at. Shit like that. So
Hell yeah.
it's been getting more organized, and the profit never hurts, right? The profit never hurts.
Fuck yeah.
But then, as a personal level, I've been hitting that gym, man. That shit.
Hell yeah.
That shit makes you feel different, bro. Like for us, when you start getting hella stressed out or getting hella negative, if you start getting hella negative, hit that fucking gym at least 1 hour, bro. That shit, you gonna be coming out of that motherfucker feeling great.
Well, it has dopamine. You know what I'm saying? It's supposedly like the best way to cure a depression is working out, bro. Honestly,
Like you depressed? Go run a motherfucking mile, homie.
I don't know about the mile, but hit some weights. I'm not a real mile type of guy. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I hear you. With me, work wise, I would say that I've been working with my guys down there in the warehouse a little bit more, which is good because I was always just stuck on the computer trying to catch up with all this shit.
Oh shit!
But the thing is, there needs to be a healthy balance between the two. Like, and it's so hard to figure it out. But then after you start doing it a little bit, you know how to make it work out.
Damn.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
He
A
he's
healthy
in the
balance?
So the way that it balances is that, or the way that you
What are
need to
you
balance
balancing?
is because you need to be present a lot sometimes when it comes to the people who are directly under you. If not, they get to do whatever they think they can do, and they start coming up with their own methods for doing things.
checking in on the
And then
workers.
things start happening wrong, and then when you talk to them about it, it's like, oh, well, we tried it this way. It's like, well, why did we not do it the way that you were taught to do it? Oh, I thought that. So if you were there, or basically if you've been around a little bit more to make sure things are running smoothly, it will just go like that. There's always going to be hiccups, but that's what I mean.
I think a lot of what you're saying it got to do with it's like being a leader, being a wartime leader and a peacetime leader. But the difference between that is a wartime leader is out there with what we were talking about in the beginning when you introduced yourself or what you were doing in the business it's because we're reading this book. He actually showed me this book. It's called the Ready Fire Aim.
Ready Aim Fire.
Yeah. That book is dope as fuck because it actually tells you. It's like you can't be a king in the castle all the time. You know what I'm talking about? You have to actually step out there with your soldiers and see what's going on. Mm-hmm. See what's going on with it because they respect you more like that. They respect you more like that. They respect you. They tell you what like you're right there with them. So you're like they tell you what's going on. Hey, we need some more water. We need another break. And you actually see what's going on. So you're like, fuck. You're not in the fucking castle all the time. So that's like a wartime leader.
It's basically show your face, show your support. Go down there and see how your people's feeling.
Exactly.
That's exactly the truth. But then how do you deal with it when it's not wartime?
That's a peacetime leader.
When it's peacetime.
That's more of a knowledgeable person. That's more of a person that's more relaxed and calming.
So what you're saying is if it's a wartime leader,
yes,
you're not a knowledgeable person.
No, when you're a wartime leader, you can make decisions in a high intensity moments.
I think it's more like, to be honest, it sounds like to me like you're actually aggressive. You know what I'm saying? You show more aggression.
You know how you had to control yourself under pressure and make a rational decision, and a good one.
So what would be the difference between a wartime leader and a peacetime leader? What will make one good in one area and one bad in the other?
Peacetime, I think, is like more of a...
Could you be one person that's a leader in peacetime and another person that's a leader in wartime?
But I think you're always gonna have a percentage that's a little bit more on the other side.
So that's what I'm saying. What are these percentages?
I think the wartime is better. I personally think wartime is better because you know how to carry yourself around stressful moments. Peacetime, you just chilling. Like all you do is be like, man, just relax. I think that's more easier route.
What will be the objection? What will be the main objective of the peacetime leader?
Of a peacetime
Keeping
leader?
everybody calm.
Making
cool, calm, and collected, getting the job done.
Mm-hmm. And long term stable.
They would have to carry a heavier trait of that, and then have a lighter trait of the wartime for disciplinary actions. So you want to stay cool, calm, and collected, and be able to delegate with people. You're not going to be able to delegate directions between multiple people in a very disrespectful or loud manner. You're going to want to be calm, cool, and collected, and let everybody know everything's fine because I'm right here. When I'm here, everything's fine. You guys don't got to worry about nothing. This is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, peacetime. And then...
you said it perfectly.
You reward them and do all that. You make everything go smooth, even though you might get stressed out a little bit. And then when it comes to...
more rational decisions with more time.
Exactly. And then when it comes to, motherfuckers not following through what they need to do, that's where that small percentage of the wartime will come in.
Yeah.
It also depends on what type of environment you're in.
That shit is hella interesting, bro.
It's like playing chess, right? It's like playing chess. When you're playing regular chess, you have all the time in the world. Oh, 2-hour chess games. But now, as soon as you go on the clock, and you're playing with the clock now, you have 20 seconds to make your move. When you're on the clock, it gets more pressure. You start sweating. You're like, what the fuck am I going to do? As soon as you're on that clock, it gets a little more intense. And I think that's more of a wartime.
Yeah, definitely.
Peacetime, you have more time. So you can
I think it's the same.
You think?
Yeah, because somebody in a more peaceful environment means that they got a lot of their things already figured out and situated and probably already set on a time-based schedule. So they probably know what their deadlines are and what they need to do, and they're just being cool, calm, and collected about making that happen.
So, do you believe, now this shit just got hella interesting, because I'm about to come through side note with you motherfuckers on some whole crazy shit. So, do you believe...
I want to say something more about that, Paul. Hurry up.
So, do you believe that a peacetime leader will be able to be a wartime leader? Or better than, you know what I'm saying? Would he be able to, since he's such a thinker, would he be able to be that? And the reason why I asked that, well, go ahead. First tell me that, and then I'll ask you why I'm
going to get to you on that one. That's a fucking good one right there. Okay.
I don't know. That's kind of a hard question because it depends.
Because he's supposed to be a deep thinker.
Right.
Right? So he should be able to analyze everything before it's going to happen and make the correct decisions, right? Now, the only reason will make me even hesitate on this, like, what do you think? Because you want to say something.
No, with an intense moment, I think like, okay, I think I think a peacetime leader they could probably turn into a good wartime leader, but they would just have to be ready for an intense moment. But I think that they got the capability of doing it.
What do you think,
What do you think, Dosada?
I was just thinking, because I'm all like, well, if that is their already set mind state, if they go there, they would probably try to figure out as much as they could and then probably de-escalate whatever's going on that side.
Now,
they wouldn't be going into like, oh yeah, we just need to win this. Like, we just need to stop this. So whatever needs to happen to make it stop versus to keep it going.
Okay, so you just kind of really went into my point that I was about to make right now, which is World War II, right?
History's coming.
Something Chamberlain, right? That was called the Prime Minister of England at the time, right? Hitler was coming up. He basically told everybody, look, I'm going to take over. I'm going to fucking start really just doing what I want. He wasn't supposed to be able to do anything, right? So just to put it in a perspective that everyone that's viewing could understand, imagine a guy that is not supposed to cross this line, right? And he crossed the line, you feel me, into another neighborhood. And he was like, fuck that, this is my neighborhood, right? And now check this out. Will Chamberlain was like, okay, look, it's all good, bro. It's all good that you crossed the line over here. You know, just don't do it again, please. Which is the Prime Minister of Britain. And Hitler like, I'm not going to do it again. Don't even try it. And the next day in the morning, you see a bunch of gang graffiti on your side of the fence. So he's literally doesn't give a fuck about you. So now check this out. Will Chamberlain, you know what he did? I don't want none of my people to die. Or even put it into a perspective of actual history. But, you know, he said, I don't want none of my people to die. We already went through one world war. This guy's blatantly disrespectful already, bro. Now, the main rule is always this. Never underestimate your enemy, bro. Never underestimate your enemy. So when you think he's not going to do it, he's going to do it. And if you're not...
Exactly.
And so what ended up happening... Will Chamberlain went and got a fucking... Hitler didn't want to talk to him. He's like, imagine this. You try to talk to some fools and they don't want to talk to you. So you got to talk to some other fools to talk to them in order to get you guys in a room together. Yes. He kidding. These fools wasn't listening to him. He's like, hey, man, do what you got to do. I ain't even tripping. Right? So then at that point, old boy was really tripping. And then it's like, who would even keep that conversation going? Right? So what I'm talking about is, if you see someone in your neighborhood doing all that bullshit, then you try to talk to them. They don't want to hear you out. So you talk to a third party that fucks with them at the same thing. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. He should have went up to him directly.
Exactly. So then what ended up happening is Bill Chamberlain was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to talk to these guys to talk to these guys. They ended up coming together, right? Start chopping it up. What ended up happening is Hitler was like treating him like a bitch. Basically was like, you go do whatever the fuck. Yeah, come into my house. It's all good. Come over here. You guys come over here at around 10 minutes and be right here at this time. Shit like that. What ends up happening
there
is...
ain't no talking at that moment.
No. Yeah, no. He should have done something at that point, but he still fucking didn't. And he thought he was right, bro. He thought he was right. Because he wanted to save all the British soldiers' lives. Bro, this motherfucker delayed. He delayed going to the war for so fucking long that made this fool get super strong, fool. Then what ended up happening is right when it comes to the moment where This fool comes back to Britain and everyone fucking gives him like parades and they think he's hella dope, shit like that, right? Because he avoided the war. That was bullshit. Hitler signed that shit openly because he wanted that time to build up all his ranks and to get even bigger so then he could start the war. He told them that he wasn't going to go to Britain or France. Secretly, he had a whole separate fucking...
he had a separate agenda.
He had a separate agenda that he wrote down with his generals that they were going to enslave Britain. And they were going to enslave France. And he was lying to these niggas. And
so
you
know
know
setting
what?
up...
Hold on.
Huh?
The fucked up part is this. The Britain, Bill Chamberlain, actually, one of the German people turned on Hitler. They grabbed that secret piece of paper that he wrote on, showed it to him. And after he saw that Hitler's real intentions were to enslave his people, he acted like he didn't see it.
Sucker move.
Sucker. He acted like he didn't see it. And what ended up happening is, he ends up going to the thing, he's all this good, then Hitler invades. And he gets fucking taken off a prime minister, and they're like, you're a fucking bitch. Mm-hmm. And even Britain was like, look, everybody's like, straight up, you're a fucking bitch. And for better words of saying it, it's
a coward.
A coward.
Yeah.
You are a coward. You are, literally their words are, you're a peacetime leader. And we don't need a peacetime leader. We need a wartime leader.
The fuck
so then who took hold? Churchill. Churchill took hold, and that guy actually was in the first war. He was in the first war, and he wasn't having none of that shit. He said it as soon as Hitler came to power, fuck this nigga, straight up. And they, for lack of a better word, he said fuck him. And what ended up happening is the people resonated towards Churchill. And Churchill was like, look, you know what? I don't fuck with Hitler.
He has no time for talking anymore.
And he could have gone soft. He could have gone peace with it. Because they were way deeper. They were been at smoke. Imagine they were about to just kill all these fools. And he, till the end, was like, no. And he single-handedly, because he had some big balls. I ain't gonna lie, that nigga had balls, bro. He went and he yoked the United States to get into the war. And he single-handedly defeated Hitler, bro. Just off of using his mind. But he had war tactics. So when it comes to the position of a peacetime leader, I think that he cannot lead in a wartime because he's too peaceful.
Facts.
Sometimes you have to be ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you got to not underestimate your enemy, and you got to see it for what it is. And I think maybe the fuck up is that he's around when it's too peaceful. So he thinks everything is cool.
He's like an executive. He's not really out there trying to be in the field. And sometimes you have to be in the field. He's too much of a... He wants to be in the office discussing paperwork, stuff like that. And sometimes, bro, you have to actually be out there.
What do you think, Silent?
What do you think?
I agree with everything you're saying. I mean, a lot of it, all of it makes sense because it's fucking history.
I just want to share a story of something that happened to me that kind of relates to this. But maybe...
Like what?
Maybe I'll be... I don't want to just keep this topic on like prison and shit like that.
No,
I don't want to.
Please don't.
Then fucking talk about something else.
Yeah. Okay. But this is a very good story of this exact thing.
What?
Okay, so one day, my first time, right? I don't know what the fuck was going on, and I'm just sitting there, and my cellie tells me, "Hey, Sergio, be on point, bro. Shit is looking pretty weird." And me, I was like,
"How weird?"
It was a lot of activity going on. Like, for example, people were shooting kites back and forth. Whenever you see something like that happening, it means information is being exchanged really, really fast. I'm not the type of guy that I used to always check my surroundings like that. You know what I'm saying? I used to just be like, have my head in the clouds. You know what I'm saying? And then my cellie's basically telling me, hey, look, bro.
You don't see what's going on?
Be on, like, something is going on here. That's what he said to me.
You don't see what's going on?
He's like, hey, something is going on here. I'm like, nigga, you crazy, bro. I'm going to chill. I'm going to read my book type shit, you know? What ends up happening is we go out to rec. I haven't been out into yard. I hadn't been out yard the whole time because these fools were on lockdown. So then I finally go out to yard, and this is the shit that I'm trying to say is that a peacetime motherfucker doesn't know what's cracking really until the wartime comes. And then he could be on some shit. All right, I know how war looks like in this situation. I had never been here, so I didn't know what it would look like in this situation. And I was just going with the flow. What ends up happening as I go outside and my fucking celly said, Sergio, be on fucking point. Next thing you know, we're in a fucking riot, dog. A full-blown fucking riot, grenade fucking shit's blowing up everywhere, nigga. Pepper spray just being sprayed. Fucking crazy shit. Like, these niggas calculated it to when we were done working out to attack us and shit. And I was just like, damn, my Sully is a smart motherfucker. Like, this nigga seen this shit happening. And my dumb ass had my head all up in the clouds. And then, the second time, we finally about to get off of that lockdown. And he's like, hey, right now when we go outside, be on point. And I'm like, I'm looking at this motherfucker like, why? What's going on? And then he's like, fool, just be on point. Whenever we go out, something has to happen every single time because you understand that we've been in here for hella long, bro. So people sometimes have to leave where we're at. And for them to leave, we have to be out. And then I'm like, nigga, come on, cuz you crazy, dog. I'm trying to get my food. Next thing you know, I come back and I'm standing outside of my cell, not listening to what this motherfucker told me. I'm just like in my own world, look around, and I see hella motherfuckers sitting next to me that are not supposed to be sitting next to me. You know what I'm saying? That they live all the way the fuck down there. And at this point, I'm like looking at my celly. There's 3 niggas behind him, and there's like 2 niggas behind me. And in my head, I'm like, what happens sometimes in those situations is you get a lot of mistaken identities, bro. And not only mistaken identities, a lot of the times you get, that's the right identity. Let's get this motherfucker. So you don't even know who you're really in there with, right? And at this point, I'm with this guy, and I trust. You have to trust this guy with your life because you sleep next to him. So if you don't, it's really bad because I mean, when you go to sleep, this nigga can just slit your throat, type shit. So I'm sleeping next to him. I trust motherfucker with my life. At the end of the day, I don't know what he's been through. He's looking at me like, what have I been through? Like, we're both looking at each other like, oh, you're about to get whacked, nigga. And I'm looking at him like, you're about to get whacked because why are these niggas right here? And then at the end of the day, also, you're like, damn, what if these niggas try to whack me? What if this isn't the, what if this, what they might be trying to like get at me for some reason is fake and it's not real? Because that shit happens too. And you gotta just stand right there and I'm like, damn, this is the shit I got myself into. I should have listened to this motherfucker. And then like, what ends up happening is it goes really left. Some fool ends up getting into some shit. I don't even want to talk about it. But it does go left. But it wasn't for me nor myself. It was some total random ass motherfucker, right? But anyways, we get put into our fucking cell. And at that point, I'm like, okay, fuck all this shit, dude. Any little fucking move is something's going on, bro. I'm like, nigga, what's going on over there? Hey, you see that fool with the line? Because it's like, you don't know what's going on around you, bro.
It sounds like you don't want some shit.
No, I'm just saying, look, if you don't know, and ever since then, I always make sure that I know what's going on around me, bro. Like,
surroundings.
I don't ever underestimate motherfuckers, and I don't ever try to underestimate what's going on. So that's why I think a nigga that has never been through the wartime probably shouldn't be a leader. You know what I'm saying?
It's because if you can't handle these moments that are intense moments, then you can handle the easy part. That's like when if you get work intense, you can handle the light shit. But the other way around, I think the other guy could.
No, he can't reciprocate that same shit. So what about your personal life then?
Damn, fool, we just need to segue to something else because that was a long ass fucking thing, dog.
Damn.
Sheesh.
Okay, the other thing.
Look, dog, I feel good. That's what it is.
So
I feel good.
You're doing well for yourself right now.
Yeah.
Well, what makes you feel well?
Just healthy decisions.
So you think that health has a big impact on you?
Always, on everybody.
On diet?
All that. What you eat, how much sleep you get, working out, reading, shit like that. All that. Pretty good for you.
I feel you on that. But another thing I look at it is so you're an artist.
Yes, I am an artist.
And do you know what an artist kind of like basically what an artist
creator, no?
You're a creator.
You create things.
Mm-hmm.
You like to create. So an artist, usually when you're an artist in more ways than one. So usually it means like not only do you like to express.
Oh yeah, that's me for sure. Yeah, you already know I do it all, dog. Fucking do the Pro Tools shit. I do the fucking cover arts. I do all that shit, dog. I help fucking set all this shit up. I have my own like OCD way where I'm like, all right, Like you guys don't notice where I'm like, Serio's chord has to go that way, and his is this way.
I do.
And then like even the way this is, I was like, all right, mine is gonna be right here, and then Flacco's this way and that way. Like somebody would just be like, I'm just gonna plug it in and leave it like that. But me, I'm like, nah, I want it this way because this is gonna make the most sense and be the easiest. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I seen that shit, fool. I left my water right there on the side. Like, hey, that goes over there, fool.
Yeah, your other water's right here behind me on the floor. This one right here, that's yours.
I caught that.
Well, my point with the artist thing is this: is when you're an artist, bro, to be a musical artist or whatever, it usually means. What that means to me is you have to create. You have to put out some type of same energy, whether it's with your mouth or something. So yeah, you can absorb, which is mainly what you're talking about is absorbing knowledge, reading books, exercising, like you're getting that health, bringing it into your body. But also, we have to fucking say what's going on with us, express it, draw, do whatever.
Yeah.
And that's when I don't feel happy, bro. Because sometimes this business shit takes so much into me that I don't get a chance to express myself. You feel me? In one way or another. And that shit can make you go crazy. Because I remember, rest in peace, Chino, back in the days, he was telling me he was going crazy. Because he was like, you know what? I'm not going to make any music or nothing like that. It got to a point, this nigga was hella fucking mean, fool. Like, he was just fucking, he was negative as fuck, doing hella negative shit. His girl was even like, hey, man, just go fucking back and rap, dog. Just get the fuck out of here.
That goes into purpose, though. Yeah, you know your purpose. You know what you're here for. And a lot of people don't know their purpose. And I'm actually reading a book about that right now. You know your purpose. Look, there's a couple books that I'm reading right now on Audible books. It's like how to be a 30% man. Ready, fire, and aim, and finish what you start. That's just a couple of them. I'm reading like maybe like 10, but what I try to do is really absorb one all the way for like a week. But what you said is basically follow your purpose and know. First, you have to know what you're here for. Like you have to really know what you're good at, and then after that, you start paying more attention to it. After that, you start actually liking it because you're good at it. And then you start figuring out that's your purpose in life.
Well, how do you know what you're here for?
You have to know what you're good at and what
if something that you're good at is not what you feel like do you think that's what it is?
It's what you feel.
It's what you're passionate about.
Yeah, it's what you feel. So it's like you start doing something and you'll just be like, man, this is what I'm here to do. You know what I'm saying? Like me, music is that's me right there. Like even if
you feel something about it.
Yeah, like yeah, I would be making music forever. Just that's why people like us, if we're ever separated from society, like say put in jail or something like that, like we would make music in the cell.
Damn, you sick motherfucker.
We did that
shit.
We did that shit.
I'm pretty sure, dog. I'm pretty fucking sure. But it's say for some reason we were stranded in the fucking woods. I'll probably make a rap about being in the fucking woods.
Damn.
I don't fucking know.
That's hella true for
because
us.
You deal with your own sanity that way.
Fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Silent. That is some fucking crazy ass
that's just true.
Shit. That's some fucking real ass shit.
That's some real shit. I be doing that shit.
I feel like, bro, there's a lot of people that are artists, and what ends up happening is they get sucked into life. Like, for example, like myself,
their creativity gets blown away.
When you have to try to keep up with society and do all this types of shit and business and stuff like that, you kind of fuck up your artistic fucking mind. You can't create as much no more, and then you're not even happy, my boy. Like, you feel me? That's what I think.
You can't let it kill your spirit, though.
Yeah, you do also got to take a break sometimes. Like, I mean, some people can, some people can't. Me, I take breaks. Like, I'll just be like, all right, I'm burnt out. Like, there'll be times where, like, I won't make music for, like, a week or two. And then 1 week, I'll make, like, 4 songs and then feel hella drained after. I'll be like, holy shit.
But I feel like because you're doing that, because you feel, now this is where it changes up. I feel like you think that because you feel like you have to do it in this exact way, right? And what the exact way is this? Recording it, buying the beat. You look at it in that perspective.
Nah.
Okay, so let me tell you how I look at it. Maybe it might be different. What I'm saying is like, you're not recording shit.
Uh-huh.
You're just driving around, just making a rap.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. You
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
So when you do it that way, you're not even trying to do it.
I'm doing.
You just do it off of therapy.
I'm creating without knowing I'm creating.
And I do that shit all the time myself too. So I'll be driving around.
That's how we're right there. And I pulled out my phone, and you're like, "Oh no, start with something fresh. Don't pull out something you got already in your phone." Because I be having like shit that I write.
But what I'm saying is, I don't even write it. I do it because, this is how I found out. Because I started just fucking making songs in my head, which I didn't know I was making, right? Until my daughter, like, I'll have a certain feeling and I'll just start saying some random shit. And then literally my daughter started repeating what I was saying fucking word for word. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I started thinking about it and I was like, I've said this shit before. And then she just fucking copied me. And then I'm like, hey, this is a fucking song. And then I started realizing that naturally artists, bro, have to find a ways to express themselves.
Yeah, your kids are going to look at everything you do. My son started calling me 200 Pops. I was like,
200 Pops?
Yeah, because I'm always like, I'll be in here and like usually in the beginning of the song, I'll be like 200 or Bay Recon whoop whoop. And then he'll just be like, Pops 200. I'm like, what the fuck?
What do you do when shit doesn't go your way?
Oh, man, I throw a fit, dog.
Like how though?
Start talking shit like out loud. Sometimes it depends on what it is. It really depends on what it is. But like, say for instance, if I go to work and I already have a mindset where I know like, hey, this is how everything's supposed to look, and I start seeing things like not fucking done the right way, I'll start correcting it. But I'll be talking shit. I'll be like, man, what the fuck is wrong with these motherfuckers right here? Why would you do this? Like, and there's nobody out there. I'm talking to myself like,
oh boy, guys,
fixing this shit at fucking 4 in the morning.
Damn.
Yeah, nah, I just be like that, dog. And then even with my girl, she'll tell you, like, if something's not going my way, I'll be like, man, I'm so fucking tired of this dumbass shit right here. This happened and blah, blah, blah. And then she'll be like, babe, you need to calm the fuck down. I was like, I don't want to fucking calm down right now. I have my moments, dog. I know I might seem like fucking, like, really, like, serious and relaxed and shit like that, but I be having my own, like, inner battles with myself and shit.
Fool, I definitely see your moments. That's why I'm asking you.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can see that shit.
Yeah, I be tripping sometimes. Sometimes. I feel like everybody does. But sometimes...
I feel like that happens more as you get older, though.
Man, fuck. That sounds so true. Because that's been fucking happening so much. I'm like, man, what the fuck? Hey, a lot of things have been happening, like, maturity-wise. Like, just the way I think, and... I don't know, man. I fucking hurt myself doing weights the other day, and I was like, is this because I'm old? But shit like that... You can't make it, you can't. That's called a thought distortion. So thought distortion is when you create your own excuse in your head for what it really is without any like actual evidence. Like, did you study and figure this out? Is this really why this is this way? Or sometimes you always just put this thing in your head. Like one thought distortion is. Well,
what would be the difference between you actually being true and that being a thought distortion?
Because you have to know the facts and the science behind it to know if that's really true or not. Like saying if I ate a fucking cupcake last night and tomorrow, or say I ate a cupcake right now and tomorrow I wake up 2 pounds and I'm all like, it's the cupcake. The fucking cupcake gave me 2 pounds fucking more. That's a thought distortion because that's a myth saying that when you eat before you go to bed or what you eat, yeah, it's a thought distortion. Yeah. There's no scientific evidence that proves that eating something like a cupcake before you go to bed is going to make you gain a pound or 2. In order to gain 1 pound, you need to consume 300 calories. 3,000 calories before going to sleep to even consider gaining a pound. But the thing is why the scale is never correct is because your body is made up of water and fucking all these other different things, and how much stuff that you eat that has sodium in it and all this other shit, all of that matters. So that's why your weight is usually never the same. Or I'm speaking for myself morally.
Water weight.
That's usually what it is. I study every morning for this type of shit. Every morning when I wake up for 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, I study. I have like a fucking course that I'm going through.
It's a nutrition course? Or?
Yeah, it's nutrition and this basically psychology. Teaches you about like fucking how you think about food, how you look at it, and a lot of it was shit I was looking at like, man, I can't eat this, I can't eat that, whoop, whoop. That's because I taught myself to think that way. It's okay for me to eat all this shit, I just can't eat a lot of it. You know what I'm saying?
Fact. That's how
portion.
Portions, small
but
portions.
my fucking 350-pound ass was over here eating all of it and all of that and all of this.
Fuck.
I was like, fucking shit. So it made a lot of sense on why I got so big when I did and all that other shit. When I look back, I'm like, fucking hell.
But I think that I see what you're saying, and I agree with you on what you're saying. But I'm trying to think of myself, right? Mm-hmm. And I had a different thought than you had. But my thought when I was trying to lose weight was,
you meal prep.
No. What I thought was, I've eaten this shit my whole fucking life, right? Mm-hmm. I've already gone that route this long. Mm-hmm. Why don't I just not do it for a year and see what happens? It's not like I'm gonna forget what this shit tastes like. I've tasted it my whole fucking life.
Yeah, no, that's not a thought distortion.
But see, my thought and your thought were two different thoughts. They might have been correct, right? So what I'm saying is, like, at what point do we figure? So you're talking about facts. Straight facts is what makes it reality.
Right. Always.
But what if there's two different facts? Well, look, that's my point. So there's people that have paradigm shifts all the time, right? So, like, there's a story of this book I was reading once where this fucking guy walks into a subway station and he has like 4 of his kids. His kids are going crazy. Bam, bam, they're running around, throwing shit. There's a guy sitting right there at the subway station, looks at him. And imagine you're right there at the subway, right? And you see some fool's kids come through and starts fucking with you and shit. He comes and starts fucking with you. And as he's fucking with you, now these kids are just fucking getting way too close to you. It's getting kind of disrespectful. Like, why this fool? You're looking at the dad. The dad's got his eyes rolled to the back of his head.
You better beat the dad's ass. Like, hey, bro, you better check your kids.
It's not even like that. But it's the point is, this fool's not just chilling. You feel me? Why his kids is going crazy and shit. Now it's getting disrespectful. Now it's like somebody's got to say something to this guy. Like, take care of your kids, bro. Why you even have this much kids if you can't even take care of them? So you get up, you're looking at old boy. You tell him, hey man, you got to take care of your kids. Then he looks back up at you and he's like, huh. Now, right before this whole moment, in his head, he was thinking, hey, man, you know what? This fool's out of pocket. That's his paradigm. That's how he thinks. That's his reality. Now, he opened his mouth without knowing what's going on in the old boy. So old boy opens up his eyes like, you know what? I'm sorry, man. I really apologize. Their mom just passed away at the hospital, and I don't know what to do.
He just came back from the hospital.
So his kids are going crazy because they don't know how to react to the fact that their mom just passed away. This guy looked like he was being an irresponsible dad, but he's just trying to deal with the tragedy of his wife dying, and now he has to take care of all these kids. Mm-hmm. So now instantly you're looking at him as like an offensive way, like horrible. Fuck him, and now your paradigm just shifted totally
until you found out the
from
fact.
Anger
to reality,
to sympathy.
Exactly, to the reality of the fact that what was actually going on. And what that brings me to say is, like, you should not ever come into a situation thinking something assuming something without knowing the facts. Mm-hmm. Because you don't ever know who you're talking to, and you don't ever know what could happen.
Like what happened to you in the morning.
Oh, like what happened to me at the gym. Check this out.
Story.
It's not a big ass deal, but I was going to the gym.
Yeah, you're gonna whoop the kid's ass.
No, I wasn't gonna do nothing to him.
Fool. Yeah, go and I'll tell you something that happened to me too at the gym.
Okay, perfect. We're gonna have some gym stories today. So I'm on my way to the gym. I'm on the phone.
That shit makes you feel good.
I'm on the phone. It's like some super emergency type shit going on at work. My brother, this fool lost his key to the freaking thing. So I was like, here, bro, take my key to get in. And then I'll hit you up right now when I'm done to bring me the key back out. So he's up inside doing his thing. And then finally I'm done getting off the phone. It's nighttime type shit. You know, I don't go to the gym like
4 in the morning, like a beast. I be halfway asleep. I be like, man, I don't even want to go, but I have to go.
No, it fluctuates sometimes. No, but anyways, I get up in there. See, that's 4, 5, 7. There. So what ends up happening is we get up in there. And then I go over there and I'm trying to call this fool so that he can give me back my freaking shit, right? Like, give him back the key because I can't get in because it's locked. So then he doesn't listen to me. He's got headphones on. So I'm like, fuck.
Already slapping as soon as I get in there.
He's over here doing a little jogging thing. And then I'm over here like, fuck it. I get in front of him, literally in front of the window, like, click, 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 click. Like, dude, open the fucking door. So this fool's like, oh, shit, my bad. So he goes open the door for me. Then I'm going to go open it. And then, bam, bro. As I'm going to go open it, some fucking, like, white kid that works there or something comes up to me. He's like, what the fuck did he say? Like, hey, man, you're nuts. But what are you doing? Instantly, fool. I'm not the type of person to where you want to come out, especially in the dark or when it's kind of like sketchy out, like not like come out the cuts to. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I instantly look at this motherfucker like, bro, like who the fuck are you type shit. So then he starts looking at me like, hey man, you're not supposed to get him. Like, who the fuck are you? And then he says, what the fuck did he say? He says some shit like, hey man, I work here. And then that's when I was like, all right. he works here. But for real, you got me fucked up because you should have never even rolled up on me like that, bro. That's what you should have led with instead of trying to be like nosy and shit. And then what he thought is I didn't have a gym membership, right? And I wanted to try to sneak in, and I had one of my friends inside, and he was gonna let me get in for free, not knowing that I actually have my own pass, and I let my brother use mine because he lost his, but we both are paying members. So then at that point, now I'm looking at this boy like, you crazy, bro. Like, first of all, I explained to him the situation, and then he was like, my bad, bro. I was just asking. And then
I seen that fool. I seen that fool bucket, dog.
Oh, so then he was like, my bad, bro. I was just asking. But then I'm like, bro, you were not asking. You were accusing, my boy. And what you need to do is you should have asked, because now I'm already all flustered. You feel me? I got myself into a position where I thought it was gonna be wartime. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I seen that shit.
And I was already like squaring up with him, and he didn't know what he was getting himself into. And so then at that point, he could have got his ass whooped, to be honest with you. And then you never know what could have happened. So then,
he's not gonna get that. That fool went running, dog.
No, initially, bro, when I first saw him. So now my point is
when he ran up on Setio and he's like, "Hey, bro."
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Don't be touching my door like that.
He thought that you belonged to him, dog.
Setio was like, damn.
That motherfucker, what's up with him,
you should have seen that shit.
He's like fucking Mr. fucking Captain Security of the world and shit, nigga. Like, you finna die for this shit, dog?
Damn.
Like, this was crazy. I was thinking to myself, like, who the fuck does this?
Hey, this was
you watching this door, nigga? Like, see who's sneaking up in here?
Alex,
door hero.
This fool, he was trying to apologize
to
the
guy. He looked crazy, bro. When I told him, like, when I really confronted him, he's like, oh, shit. And then I was like, bro, this is my key. And I know he was like, damn, I guess I fucked up. And then I thought, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. After the whole confrontation, I just literally told him, like, bro, don't be fucking accusing people, my boy. Like, I don't like that shit, because then I start thinking that maybe it's because he's white. He's trying to, like, stereotype me. Like, he thinks that I'm gonna try to sneak up in this motherfucker. You get what I'm saying? So then he leaves. I told him, don't be accusing people. Ask before. Don't assume shit, because you're stereotyping me. Yeah. But then I started thinking about it. I'm like, damn, bro. Did I just get hella crazy with this little nigga? Like,
fool.
And I was tripping. So then I tried to run out. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me just be a little more professional.
You want to run out?
I ran back because he was leaving. And I was trying to tell him, hey, just take my name down. You feel me? Because you see that I actually go to this gym. So he doesn't think I'm trying to, like, punk him. Because that shit was all reflex. It was all just off top of my head. Like, I didn't even know what I was even doing. Because the dude just ran up on me. So I was on some other shit. So I was trying to be cool with him. I'm like, hey, bro, give me. That fool just, and he just fucking saw me and just ski skirted out, fool. And I was
that fool didn't, he just
you gonna see him tomorrow, dog.
And then I talked to
Monday.
I walked up in there, I seen the owner, and then I'm like telling the owner, hey, look, man, I was like, dude, I ain't trying to get kicked out of the fucking gym. So I'm like, I like the gym, you know what I'm saying? They're all over the fucking world. So whenever I be traveling a lot, so it's just convenient and shit. So I'm like, hey, look, man, this, that. No, don't even trip. I already know, man. I'm like, how do you know? He's like, he literally just texted me right now. I was like, what the fuck? And he was like, yeah, I told him I know you guys. Like, fool, you're tripping. Just next time, ask before you accuse. And I'm like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about.
But the other guy was a youngster. That's why. And the other guy, he already knew.
That's what happens when dudes are younger and shit. You make mistakes. You gotta learn from your actions, little boy.
So what were you saying about the accused, your situation with that?
Oh, man. So I was with that boy Vince Vega. Working out at the fucking gym, and
you hitting it?
Yeah, we're hitting bench. This is a couple years ago. This is when I was still hella big and shit. When I was trying to lose weight in the beginning, and there was some big ass fool that was like fucking sitting, because there's like 2 benches, and there was some like big ass yoke nigga like sitting right there, and he was staring at me, and I'm just like, I'm doing my thing. I put the weights, I hit it, and this fool's just like, I'm looking at him, and he's staring at me, so I'm all like. And then he doesn't even fucking move. This fool doesn't even blink. He's just staring at me. I'm like, man, I'm about to fuck this for what? So then, like, I'm all like, what's up? And then he doesn't say nothing, dog. So I walk up. I'm like, what's up, bro? Is there a problem or something? And then he's all like, takes out a little ear thing. Huh? I was like, you good? And he was all like, oh I'm sorry, man. I'm looking at that TV right there. There's a fucking TV right behind me, dog.
Sonny, I don't know, man. You were tripping right
I
there,
was
dog.
tripping,
That's
dog.
a straight
Fuck.
paradigm
But
shift
it
right
looked
there.
like he was looking right at me, dog. So I was just like, and he was a big guy. I was like, man, I'm just gonna go and fuck.
Hey, that's actually a bad wartime leader, nigga.
Yeah.
He would accidentally get himself into
Imagine
war.
this fool would like took
Hey,
off
fool,
on
there
him.
was a fucking big ass TV behind me, dog, and I didn't notice it, dog.
You were
It was
fucking
like,
still.
Oh,
hey,
hell
fool,
no.
from where he was standing, it was
It
like
looked like he
literally
was looking right at you.
behind my head, dog.
Oh, hell no. You're
So when he was
tripping.
staring at me, I was like, and then I was like, man, this fool definitely wants a problem because I'm like, what's up? I didn't see the fucking.
He looks really interested.
I didn't see the shit in his ear or anything, dog. And then he was all like, "I'm sorry, man. This has happened before." I was like, "My bad, bro."
He's like always getting niggas trying to run up on him because he looked at
I don't
the
know,
TV.
dog.
He's like, hey, you, move out the way. Oh shit, that's my
fuck.
series.
Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like who knows? I don't know. I think it was factual. I think he was looking at the TV and I was tripping, dog.
What do you think about nowadays everything being so social and like, okay, for example, in the music game, right? Or even in social media, if you're trying to like be out there, you know, get a significant other or even just trying to promote a business or something, it seems like more and more you got to put your actual self, your authentic self out on this platform. Now, what do you think about, like, where do you, like me, I know where I stand with this shit because I've been cutting myself way the fuck back. But before, I used to be on there all day. And what I'm trying to say is, like, you seen Kanye West, right? That fool's putting a lot of his personal business on social media, bro. Like, he's talking about, like, hey, what's up, you guys? I can't get into my child's birthday party. His mom doesn't want to let me. This, that, and the third. He recently just said some shit like, what should I've never been divorced before, going through a divorce. How should I treat my, he said, I've never been going through a divorce before. What do I do about me not wanting my daughter to be on TikTok? What do you think about that type of shit?
That's a co-parenting thing, something that the parents figure out.
But I'm talking about his level of exposure on social media.
I don't know, dog. He just sounds like he ain't around the right people, so he's turning to social media for help. That's what it looks like. That's what it sounds like. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure me and you and him and fucking him, we could figure something like that out pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And he probably spent too much time being a celebrity or whatever you want to call it that he doesn't know how to deal with those things the way that people like us would, because they're probably always used to somebody else doing it for them, like a fucking accountant or fucking the nanny or whatever the fuck is going on.
But what if, for example, like let's take it away from him and let's just be like, okay, let's say your actual daily life, right? At what point do you decide to cut it off because
It's
you
too much.
Yeah,
basically.
but at what? Okay, so what happens is there's a lot of people that put all of themselves out here in social media. Why? Because people
They want attention.
No, okay, yes, but what if? Okay, for example, playing devil's advocate here. Not saying I believe this shit, but I'm just saying this is what a lot of people do. And I've noticed they'll put their whole life on social media, YouTube, vlog, everything they fucking do, right? And the reason they do it is because the people that are watching this fucking channel believe that they know this person now. Because they wake up to seeing this person. They talk and then they talk and they hear what this person's saying in the morning. And then maybe they even know this person better than their own partner. Because they see this person every single day and their partner goes to work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So then maybe they so infatuated with this type of situation that now, if you're going through a hardship, like let's say you're going through some shit.
You're going to look at that as a reference to how you should act.
No, what I mean is like, okay, let's say I'm going through some hard shit that you've seen me go through some hard shit. I've actually called you on the phone and talked to you about my personal problems, right? Because you're a friend and my brother as well.
Right.
Now, what happens though when you put yourself out here so much that the people that are watching are like your friends? That's
different. Yeah, I don't know.
And then,
because then you got this little plate, a scale that you got right here. Say you got the left and the right, and you want to ask a fucking question, and you gonna have all this negative and all this positive shit. And at the end of the day, it's still up to you to choose what you want to listen to.
But what if it's not? So, for example, for you, if you're putting your authentic self,
right,
how you really are,
yeah,
majority of everybody is not gonna say nothing negative to you. they're gonna be like, they're gonna feel your plight, your struggle, what you've been going through, because they seen you every day. If they didn't, they wouldn't even watch. They'd be like, fuck this guy.
Right.
So now that they're actually watching, they're like, what if you believed, honestly, like, look, I'm your fan or something, you doing your vlog thing, and I'm like, if you really need help, I'll message you like, hey bro, do you need somebody to talk to? Hey, you're going through right now, you want to come over? But you got all these other people. So that's kind of like the mix, right? You want to go full-blown social media, like just put your life out there, and whoever fucks with you is going to fuck with you.
There's a lot of people that do that.
That's what I'm saying. Or you say reserved. Me, I've always been reserved.
I feel like people like that, sometimes because nothing's wrong with calling somebody and just trying to talk to somebody about something, but when you want to turn to an entire fan base or something like that for an answer, it's probably because you lack the capability to cope with certain things on your own and you've been relying on that social platform. Media.
But what about when you talk to your friends about problems you're going through, right? What if you see these people as an extension? Because what if you're just so authentic, you're just being yourself now?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so then now these people are actually your friends. Like, they actually help you. Like, and let's say you tell them, you got 1 million of them fools, and you tell them, hey, give me some money, please, and they all give you $1. Now you got $1 million.
That works if that works for them, that works for them.
Would you do it if it worked for you in the way of friendship? If you thought these people were your friends,
they're your friends. Fans.
If I looked at everybody as my close ass friends that I could trust, then yes, I would do that. But that just goes a long way.
And now, that's what I'm saying. That I think is what everybody asks themselves when they're doing this YouTube shit or when they're doing social media or things like that. How much can I get of you? But the thing is, once you open the doors, like the Kardashians, that shit is just a reality show. It's a lot of them, just their authentic selves. So
it's not too authentic.
It's not too authentic, but it's a lot of fucking them just chilling and doing whatever. Now my point is,
stage though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're watching them, right? Now what I'm trying to get to is this. I feel like once you open that door, right, for sure they're gonna fuck with you. But once it's open, it can't get fucking closed again. And that's why I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't open myself to these people because Kim Kardashian and them, they can never close that door again. You get what I'm saying?
That's with everything though. I know what you're saying.
So that's why I'm so fucking like when with social media and things like that.
You go to the limelight, you can't come out of that.
You can't come back out of that shit. So
if you want to be an extrovert or you want to be an introvert, you can't really come out. You can't come out of the.
It's not even that. It's like you just don't want. Like for example, some people put their fucking business out on Instagram. Like I'm breaking up. I'm going through a breakup. Or they'll have a female with them, and then they'll take a bunch of pictures with the female, and then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, why are you telling people this shit?" And then people do that, right? Like Kanye West is going through a divorce. Now, what I'm saying is,
I does too much though.
I don't do that shit because at the end of the day, I don't want motherfuckers knowing my personal life.
You know what I fucking did recently? I fucking muted a bunch of fucking accounts I started following a while ago. Just because I was like. I'm not gonna say who.
Yeah, okay.
It's just motherfuckers that I was following like for musical purposes and shit like that because I looked at them in some type of way of inspiration, whether if it was very little or a lot. And then I just noted motherfuckers were just doing shit or like saying shit that I just wasn't agreeing with recently, and I'm just like, I don't like this. I don't like opening up my phone and seeing shit that bothers me. Like if I'm gonna open up my phone, I need to be inspired. I need to be like. I need to be educated, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to be over here looking at something and be like, what the fuck? And then now I want to post something be like, man, the bullshit I see nowadays, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like,
what inspires you though?
Mute. I'm still following them, but I just muted a lot of the accounts. So that way I just stop seeing shit that's bothering me because I'm not about like looking at negative shit all the time. Like before, back then, I wouldn't care. I would be like, what the fuck? Like I would always be trying to see like fucking crazy ass shit, like fucking that Narco Mundo shit, or like fucking motherfuckers getting
Netflix.
No,
the narco shit with all the sick shit.
Yeah, when fools be getting their heads cut off and shit.
Speaking on that,
I don't even like watching that shit.
Okay, so you heard
there's some sick fucks.
So then, yes. So how do you feel about that? Going full blown or just keep that shit reserved with the social media shit?
I feel like they're somewhat reserved and shit. Depends on what your status is as far as a creator. Like, you're going to have to show some part of yourself, But going full blown out, nah, I disagree with
Where
that.
do you draw the line?
I draw the line with a fucking family picture. That's as much as you get from me.
I draw the line.
You're not gonna know about all my personal fucking business, what I'm doing, what my relationship status is, how it's going, what type of car I drive when I put gas, how I'm feeling today. If I'm constipated, like you motherfuckers, it ain't none of your fucking business.
Supposed to be tripping.
I take a shit every day like a normal person.
Okay, that's cool. Hey, did you hear what happened to that shrooms?
Who?
Shrooms.
Yeah.
Man,
I did. That's old though.
Yeah, but look, that's some fucked up ass shit though.
I heard of that.
Did you see the video?
Oh no, I didn't see no video.
You didn't see the video? I seen it. It's
Pee-wee sent us the video.
It's horrible.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no,
it's
bad.
Some sick shit, fool.
Yeah, show me that off of it.
No,
let's talk about something else then. I ain't trying to talk about that shit.
Well, I think we should talk about it. Just because we need to bring light to it, because a lot of people want to sweep this shit under the rug. What happened to him, and they're not putting no light on this situation, and it's fucked up.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it looks to me, well, it looks to my brother. Cause I couldn't even keep watching that shit. It was fucked up. But
bro, that shit gave me anxiety just watching it, bro. Like I felt like
I was tell the people that are not knowing why. What is it that happened, and why you feel like we should speak on it.
And in the beginning, it was just him running. It was him running, and then afterwards,
who is this person?
It was Shrooms.
This is person that we known back in the day. Basically, what ended up happening is he got chased by the police, and when they caught him, they had him on the floor. And when they got him on the floor,
they pepper sprayed him.
They pepper sprayed him. They tasered him. I'm not gonna lie, he was resisting arrest. Like I ain't gonna lie, he was running and shit.
In the beginning, he was.
In the beginning, then when they got him on the ground, they turned him around. They put the handcuffs on him, and then they put their knee on top of his neck.
Yeah.
And then he couldn't breathe, and he says, "Hey, I can't breathe. Please let me get up." And so while they're saying all this shit about please let me get up, these fools are not fucking shut the fuck up. Like they're being on some wild shit.
You should see the comments, bro. Watch, look at the comments.
He says, please, I can't breathe. Like you can hear him breathing. It gives you anxiety, fool, listening to him breathe, fool, and like literally knowing he's gonna die. He dies in the end of this shit. So you know he's gonna die. And I'm sure we've all, not all of us, but you, me, you know, we've been in the position where we've been in that situation where we've been like have officers in front on top of us and shit, and you're like you having issues breathing and whatnot. They grab him, and then in the end, I didn't see the end. Fool, you said more than me. What happened? I turned shot because I was tripping out already.
No, the whole thing was fucked up, and then well, he was in the back seat. And I really don't even want to talk about this like that. But I'm gonna do it just because people really do need to know about this. But because he was in the back seat, and then afterwards they opened the door. As soon as they opened the door, they found him limped on the side, and he had the seatbelt over his neck, and basically supposedly hung himself. And a whole bunch of people in the comments were saying, "Oh yeah, well, this guy, they say they come out here to work. It looks like that story changed. This, and this." A whole bunch of people are laughing. This, and thinking it's a joke. And I had to comment on there. I'm like, look, honestly, I would investigate this. And this shit ain't funny.
Yeah, they try to make it look like an accident.
Yeah.
I mean, a suicide.
Yeah. I'm like, this shit ain't funny.
And then
that shit got me hella
making
mad,
jokes in the
Yeah.
comment section about him. You see what I'm saying? And that shit just goes to show you, because I'm sure that you know, like they could do something like that to us, to you, to
facts.
anybody, bro.
Yep.
And we would be helpless. And then look at the situation. He tells them, "Hey, I can't breathe, this, that, and the third, all this types of extra shit." And in the end, he ends up dying. And I started looking at this, and my brother, he's seen it. And then everyone, like a couple of people I know saw the video. It happened a while ago, like maybe a year ago. But the situation is, nobody's bringing no attention to this shit. You feel me? And it's pretty fucked up. And at least to just even know, I mean, this type of shit can happen to you. It can happen to anybody. And then the guys in the comments were saying, I can't breathe. That's what everybody says after a Floyd.
Bro, that shit got me.
What's that guy that got killed?
George
Floyd died. That's these guys' little saying.
Okay. Look, let's say he did kill himself, right? because he didn't want to. He was going to probably do time, this, and this, right? But still, why the fuck would you put those fucking comments, bro? That shit's fucked up. I seen those comments, bro.
Just don't even bother with that shit, because there's a lot of sick people in the world that will fucking say some dumbass shit, and you can't let that bother you.
There's some sick fucks.
The other thing is that I wonder if they gotta have footage of putting him in the car.
They had that's how you got it. They had the fucking body cam shit. Yeah. That's how they caught these
so somebody set him in there like that and put it around his neck, so that still has to be on camera, obviously.
I'm gonna be honest, Sally, I didn't even watch that part. That shit was fucking with me already. This fool and my other brother watched more of it.
They say they opened the door and he was limped, and they didn't know. They're like, oh shit. They sound a little surprised, but at the very end, you have to listen to it because he was saying something like, help. Like,
how the fuck is someone gonna choke themselves out with a fucking seatbelt, dog?
Yeah, you have to really pay attention at the very end.
With his hands around his fucking back, dog. Like, that's some crazy shit. But that just goes to show you, man, motherfucking that shit be happening sometimes.
We have to be aware, bro.
It's about that time, dog.
Okay, so let's go to the last question.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, man. Let me go through this motherfucker, see what we say, because this is literally on the spot live shit right here. Alright. I'm gonna go to the last one and see if anybody. What they say? Oh shit! If any, what questions we got here?
Drop your comments now.
Drop it. Y'all really wanna? Y'all want us to speak on something? Drop the comments and subscribe. But wait, what are they talking about?
Honestly, fool, they hadn't asked the comment. They were just doing little fucking. They were doing comments, but they weren't asking questions.
No, I don't think we even asked them to ask a question.
Okay. On that one.
On that one,
all right, so we'll just cut this motherfucker short. Next time, just ask a question.
Yeah, if you guys really want to ask something, put it on in the comments.
Yeah, drop some comments, ask some questions, let us know what it is, what you want to know, what the deal is, what you want to hear us talk about. And we'll be looking at those comments on the next one.
Like, follow, and subscribe. Yee!
All right, we out. See you guys next week.